Hi guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Stephen.
And this is Indy Fanatics, your home for IndyCar content with weekly podcasts and feature videos. Welcome back to the channel and to another episode of the IndyCar Podcast. Now, it's been a bit of a quieter one on the news front this week. So we did have a suggestion from Scott last week, a regular commenter on the channel. So appreciate that. Obviously, you guys, as I said, been putting brilliant suggestions forth, but this was a good one for our kind of light-hearted Wednesday podcast in terms of there. So we're going to do our dream, I think it was potentially either doing a top 10 tracks or going on our dream calendar. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the dream calendar one, because also when back before Christmas on the channel, we looked at 5 tracks we'd like to see return to the calendar. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the 2021 schedule as it currently stands, and we're going to do a realistic change. So we're just going to take out a few rounds of that. So we're going to keep the 17 races. We may add one from there and have a realistic calendar that we think would make the 2021 schedule better. Then we are going to do a fantasy calendar. Now, we may keep quite a lot of the tracks. We haven't really discussed this before. We've both gone away and looked at tracks that we thought would be great to see, help to see kind of back on the calendar from there. So we're going to do 6 ovals, 6 road courses and 6 street courses, because we think one of the biggest assets of IndyCar is the variety to the calendar, which makes it the most challenging calendar in world single-seaters, in my opinion. But obviously there is no way to do that properly. But I have no evidence. I'm putting it there. I'm putting my neck on the line. IndyCar is the most challenging calendar. So we're going to emphasize that point by ovals, road courses, street courses. So we better get started off by going through the 2021 schedule. And then I'm going to hand over to you for the first ones. We're going to chop and change.
Oh my God.
Yep, that's pressure. Deal with that one. Obviously, it goes without saying, we're going to want to see your guys' realistic and fantasy calendars in the comments down below. So, up on screen for you now, you'll see that the 2021 season will start at the Barber Motorsports Park on the 18th of April. We then go to the streets of St. Pete. We've got a double header at the Texas Motor Speedway, followed by the Indianapolis road course. And then, of course, the Indy 500, rounding off the month of May. Then in June, we have the traditional doubleheader at Detroit and then Road America. In July, we have Mid-Ohio and the Toronto Street Race, one of the great street races on the calendar. It shows favoritism there. Then we go to our inaugural Nashville Street Race on the 8th of August, back at the IMS road course on the 14th. Then we're back at Gateway for the last oval of the season on the 21st of August, and rounding off the season with the last 3 races with Portland, Laguna Seca and Long Beach. So, Stephen, there is the calendar. There it is. We know the calendar. You know the calendar. How are we going to make that calendar better? Or how would we change it, in our views, if we bought Roger Penske out and we were in charge of IndyCar?
Well, being realistic, I would probably take out about 16 tracks there and just have 1 left. And then I'll replace the others. Being realistic.
Okay.
No, okay.
Yeah, no, brilliant.
No, okay. Have we got 2 IMS road courses?
We do.
One of them's going.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, my first one, probably the calendar probably needs more ovals. But I'm going for a road circuit.
Just built it up. The calendar needs more ovals. But for my first pick,
Road Atlanta, the home to Le Mans. It's just awesome. The elevation changes. And it's just like up and down, left and right. It looks awesome.
I mean, that's generally what happens on racetracks. There's some corners.
But it's like windy. It's not like left turn, right turn. It's like windy, up and down the hills. It looks awesome.
Okay.
And the Le Mans is an awesome race.
Correct.
So,
in the IMSA calendar.
Get on the Indy calendar.
There we go, Road Atlanta. I don't think actually many people will complain about that one. I think that is a great addition and certainly would be better. Although obviously we did have a couple of good races at the IMS Road Course.
You can only have one.
Yeah.
Get your double header out of here.
Okay. For me, I think for variety, it's not adding to the overall calendar yet, but I'm going to take out one of the Texas Motor Speedways.
Okay.
And I'm going to put Iowa back in.
Yep.
Nice. I think Iowa's, especially recently, at recent times, has been a very good addition to the calendar.
Nice. Third one. I'm going for a third one.
Okay.
I know the Detroit doubleheader is kind of a tradition, a regular on the calendar in recent years. Obviously not last year because of COVID. But I'm getting rid of one.
Okay.
For Friday, we're going to bring in an oval.
Okay.
We're going to bring in a return of an oval. A triangular oval. Bacona.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I think that's the best way. Obviously, we've learned from talking to you guys in the comments that it was more the attendance is there. But if we're talking for pure racing, it's a track more designed for Indy cars to do well at.
Yes.
It's the type of speedway that they do well. So, okay, looking at the calendar now. So we've got Barber, St. Pete, Texas, Iowa, Indy Road Course, Indy 500, Detroit, Pocono, Road America, Mid-Ohio, Streets Toronto, Streets of Nashville, Road Atlanta. I think 5 ovals realistically, adding one more in, but also adding the variety of not a double. We're now at 5
different oval tracks. Rather than
3 with 4 races.
Yep.
I think that's good on there. Is there any of the street races that you would get rid of, or any of the other racetracks you would get rid of, or do we think that is?
I think I'm happy with that calendar. Well, we've made 3 changes.
Okay.
Unless there are any more you've got?
Nope. No, we're good. So what we're doing is, we'll run through our calendar. The realistic one before we go on to the fancy one. Start off with Barber because of how things are transpired. St. Pete, Texas, Iowa, Indy Road Course, Indy 500. Detroit, Pocono, Road America. Mid-Ohio, Toronto, Nashville, Road Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
Gateway, Portland, Laguna Seca, and rounding off the season with Long Beach.
Bam.
Good calendar?
Nice.
I think that's a good calendar. That's a good realistic calendar. Now everything is off the table.
Everything must go, although we're bringing some back.
Yes. Okay. So, like I said, the variety to an IndyCar calendar is vital, and we're going to add one more race to the schedule. We're going to have an 18 race calendar, go 6 across the board. All right. What do you think will be the easiest for you to start?
I have a lot of road circuit suggestions, and that's more than 6.
Should we go there?
Can we have like a 50 race calendar, and I'll give you all my road street circuit suggestions?
Right. Okay. Well, let's start off with the road courses then, because that sounds like it should be good. Okay, 6 road courses. Who are your contenders? And then we'll try and argue it down.
Okay, when we say fancy, a track that can't currently have spectators but is planned to have spectators, is that viable to go on the fantasy calendar?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go for it then.
Okay.
Oh. Or do I... Maybe I'll leave...
The tension
I'll leave my maybe.
In this is real.
I'll leave my maybe... No, I'm just going to go for it, okay?
You go for it.
Screw the doubters. Area 27. It's Canada's Area 51. No, it's not. I don't know why it's called Area 27. It's a track
Right.
Owned and formed by the Jacques Villeneuve.
Yep. Indy 500 and IndyCar World Kart Champion.
Exactly.
Formula 1 World Champion.
It was basically a members only, have a jolly around this incredible racetrack. It's like the backdrop is incredible. It's like the Canadian mountains and it's in woodlands. It looks awesome.
Okay.
The onboards look great. Lots of elevation changes. And they do plan on actually building a spectators thing for it. I'm not sure to host future races there. But it looks awesome.
Area 27.
Go check it out.
Obviously, when we're talking about these, you would have seen, but I'll put up like little clips of onboards and pictures of the track as well when talking about it. But Area 27.
Yes, they probably need to work on the name.
I mean, it's not one that grabs you, no, but the mystery grabs me. So maybe that's a positive. Area 27. And obviously, we have a few Canadians on the grid as well. It's still North America.
Exactly.
For now. Okay, what's another option?
Well, you want me to go again?
Oh, well, okay. Right, well, let's get 3 out of the way. Road America, Mid-Ohio, Laguna Seca State.
All on the roads.
Bam, bam, bam. So that's
4.
That now puts us up to 4.
Whew.
So I've left you with 2 at the end.
Jeez. I kind of want Road Atlanta on there, but wait. I think... What was it? Thunderhill Raceway. And it has this incredible, purely, it's like in a desert. It's got some mountains in the back. Again, backdrops and elevation. You're going on my dream calendar.
Wait. Do we have the desert round in Laguna Seca, though?
We can have multiple deserts, okay?
We want deserts!
I think it's more barren than Laguna Seca. But it has this great corner. You go up right to a blind apex where you turn left. It's a bit like the corkscrew at Laguna Seca, but it's blind. So you go up and then immediately... It's awesome. It has an incredible turn.
Okay. My hint would be I would like to see... I was going to go variety. I had a couple of F1 tracks in my mind. I know obviously when we last did this, we did 5 tracks that we'd like to see return. I mentioned places like Montreal and Autodromo Hermanos, the Mexico City Grand Prix. But there are 2 ones actually that I think would suit IndyCar more that are potential here, and that is Interlagos and Suzuka.
Oh, you're going across to Japan and Brazil.
Well, I feel like Brazil's more viable because there's a big IndyCar following in Brazil. And I presume the IndyCar following is growing in Japan thanks to Takuma Sato. But I think those are both great classic circuits that would work well. And I'm leaning towards Interlagos.
Yeah. I like that.
I think that would be... So we've gone Canada. We've got Brazil.
I want about 5 more road circuits to go on this calendar. But that's it.
Well,
that's 6.
Okay, that's the 6. So we've got Interlagos, Thunder Mountain,
Thunderhill Raceway,
Laguna Seca, Road America, Mid-Ohio, and then
Area 27.
So we've expanded a little bit, which I think would do well, as long as we're keeping it on the kind of, well, I know Brazil is South America, but on the American continent, it's not going too far. We've been to Brazil before, so it's not too thin to go. And obviously Canada we go to for Toronto anyway.
Exactly.
Okay, should we go ovals next or street circuits?
Streets.
Okay,
so speaking of Toronto, that's going on.
Yeah, Toronto's one of the best ones up there.
Yep, and I think we can also immediately put St. Pete on there, and we can immediately put Long Beach on there.
Okay, yeah, those are 3, yeah.
Yes. Bam. All great street circuits,
Bam.
Not much else to say. My first...
Okay, here we go.
Niagara Falls.
Sorry? That's
There was.
That's a waterfall.
Yeah, but the town by Niagara Falls,
Okay.
US side, once hosted a street circuit, which I don't think Indy ever went there. But I think there was a Grand Prix there around the streets. Niagara Falls. It was right by Niagara Falls in the town. And why not?
Because, as you haven't picked up already by Stephen's criteria for a racetrack, if it has a stunning backdrop, i.e. Niagara Falls, you make the list.
Yeah, basically.
Because you've got to be, caressed with your eyes as well as the racing.
Yeah, it was a complete disaster when it was there, but I'm sure they could make something of it now.
Sorry, wait, whoa. You're putting on a track onto one of the 6 street courses that was a complete disaster.
Attendance-wise, but that was in like the 70s. But I'm sure now people would be like, yeah, it'd be great, let's go to Niagara Falls. You get to see the waterfall, you get to see IndyCar.
Okay. Niagara Falls has somehow made its way onto the calendar as a street circuit. Right, so we've got Toronto, St. Pete, Long Beach, Niagara Falls. I know we haven't raced there yet, but I feel like the location, and if it is a hit, and it's got a bridge, I feel like Nashville stays.
Yes.
I want Nashville to be a successful street circuit.
It has a bridge. You had me at it has a bridge.
I know. But I feel like that is a very good one.
Okay. Go on then, you can have the last one.
The 6th one.
Don't want to give me another opportunity.
Look, I feel like Detroit is a well-renowned one. I feel like the street course calendar, actually looking at the current IndyCar calendar, doesn't necessarily require any changes unless for some bizarre reason we have a special round in Monaco.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was
just thinking of the move to Niagara Falls.
Well, I guess we could. There was the old Formula One street circuit in Vegas.
Yes, I did have a look at that.
There's potential we could bring a Vegas street circuit back. That would be pretty cool. A Vegas night race on the strip.
Again, backdrop.
Would be very cool. I mean, but I don't know if that's plausible with how busy it is.
I mean, I've chucked Niagara Falls and Niagara Falls probably,
I mean, Niagara Falls is quieter than the Vegas Strip.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Good point.
I think we keep Detroit, and also having Detroit and Toronto so close together. For IndyCar fans, I feel like that's quite a good one that you could do a Toronto-Detroit doubleheader.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say. I say Detroit deserves its place still on the calendar.
Yeah, sounds good. And then maybe if we'll be more... Well, okay. It would be great to see a Las Vegas street circuit. Maybe Niagara Falls / Las Vegas, depending on if we could do it either.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Ovals.
So, moves us on to ovals. So, number 1 obviously is Indy 500, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That's never going anywhere.
I guess that just makes the cut.
I guess. I feel like Texas makes the cut.
Yep.
Iowa makes the cut.
Yep.
I think we dump Gateway.
Yeah.
I think it's a hit or miss oval. I think
get rid of it. Get it out of here.
I think a return of Kentucky.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Would be a good oval.
Yeah.
History-wise, I know we've already got the historical Indy 500, but seeing the Milwaukee Mile come back.
Okay.
That is, I believe, the oldest racetrack in the world because it's held races ever since 1903.
Nice.
And it was on the calendar. I can't remember why it went off the calendar. Obviously, the IndyCar experts in the comments will let us know in terms of that.
So that's
why
5.
Milwaukee. So that's 5.
What about
so we got
6th? So I've got a 6th.
Okay, you go 6th. Okay. I took it over. Here we go. Is this like an oval around the moon?
Is this dream calendar for 2021? Or like recent? Or can it be a few years' time?
It's just fancy calendar. Oh, right, so it's in building.
Can we cross? In a building? No. Can we cross the ocean into Southern Europe to a place called Monza?
I mean...
bring back the Monza Oval.
I mean, we can. It only had one banking of corner, didn't it? And then the rest was flat. But we can, yeah. Yes. I mean, it would be a way of bringing IndyCar more into the European market and fans as well. What we think, obviously, we're easy here from the UK. A lot of IndyCar's fan base, the majority of IndyCar's fan base is in the US. And it's a fantastic series. And I don't think IndyCar needs to get into becoming a global series. I mean, Surfers Paradise was a great actual road course in Australia. Not road course, street circuit in Australia. But I don't think we need to go the global route again. No. And I know we've been to Japan in some stages. But the NFL has seen a lot of success in building its popularity in Europe over the past few years by bringing a feature event over here. We've had double headers, I think, at Wembley for the past couple of years. Not couple of years, I think it's even longer. Maybe 7, 8, 9 years. It's been here a long while, establishing itself. And I know traditionally IndyCar coming over to Europe hasn't gone well. But I do think at this moment in time, IndyCar could really elevate its presence in Europe and build its fan base, because I think the main problem with IndyCar in Europe is it isn't televised, it is televised here in Sky, but it's difficult. I was talking to a guy commenting on our Instagram post who's in Italy, and they struggle to get coverage over there. So if you actually took a race to Italy, and I think a lot of people would travel in from Europe to Monza to go and see it as well. I think it would be a really good place, because I think a lot of people go, I like Formula E because the racing's close. I like Formula 2, Formula 3 because the racing's close. And I'm like, have you seen IndyCar? No, because it's difficult to kind of see over there. So we're going to go for Monza to grow the IndyCar fan base.
Yeah.
There we go.
Bam.
And that it's been rebuilt. But that has some legs to it because the president does want it rebuilt and to have some races on it.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed it would be up to standards. But yeah, okay. That's our fantasy calendar.
That's like 18 tracks.
That's 18 tracks. Let's put it up on screen right now and go through the calendar if we can remember it. So road courses. We're not going to put them in any order. We're just going to go 666, the kind of road street thing. So road courses was Road America, Laguna Seca, and Mid-Ohio. Then it was
Area 27, Thunderhill Raceway, and
Interlagos.
Yes.
Brazil. You almost said Rio there, but it's in Sao Paulo.
Yep.
So that would have stuffed you.
Close one.
That's the 6 road courses. So the street courses, they are going to be Nashville, Niagara Falls / Las Vegas, St. Pete, Long Beach, Detroit, Toronto.
Yes.
That was an easy one because most of it stays the same.
Sounds
because
fantastic.
They've got some great street circuits on the calendar. Anyway. Rounding off with the ovals, Indy 500, Milwaukee Mile, Iowa, Texas Motor Speedway, Kentucky, and Monza.
Nice.
There you go, guys. That is it. That is our realistic change of the 2021 calendar. If realistic is the thing. And our, because obviously we don't manage with tracks. I realised we brought a Pocono back to the normal
but
calendar,
didn't put it
in the fantasy one. Crazy. But yeah, it's so hard. There's so many tracks that you could put on this fantasy calendar. So hopefully this is going to have you guys in the comments talking, putting your dream calendars down, and it's going to be great to see the kind of calendars that you can come up with. But the rules of the game are you can only have 6 road, 6 street circuits, and 6 ovals for the fantasy calendar. But the realistic F1 2021 calendar, if you want to do both, you can do whatever you like. You can bin off the whole calendar if you want. That's probably not realistic.
Yes.
As Stephen went, but we'll leave that one with a little bit more fluidity. If you want to add an extra race round, you want to take a round off, flexibility. We'll give them a bit more flexibility on that one. But the fancy calendar is 18 races.
Bam.
Right, that's it, I think.
Yep.
That's it. That is another IndyCar podcast. So like we said, get involved in the comments. Hopefully this one will get you guys talking. And if you're new around here or haven't done so already, Stephen,
you can like, subscribe, and ding that bell.
Ding it. So for now, you Indy fans, keep racing.